Well, hello everyone. This is Jenny Fern, and today I'm sharing with you a vlog of the early May garden. Some of this is late April, but some of it is also from May 1st. So, the first thing that I'm doing here is I had some corn. This is, I think, a sweet corn variety. At least it's not a grain corn variety. And I am trying to transplant it out. I know usually you direct seed corn, but I have had some trouble with that recently. Well, I really just tried it for like the first time this year, and like none of it came up. And part of this is because I have been trying not to water as much as possible. So pretty much anything that's not already established in the ground is not going to grow. So it works a lot better for me to be able to baby the seedlings and make sure that they stay alive, and then be able to plant them into the ground and then directly apply water to those plants if they need them. Because yeah, it had been like a full month that we didn't get any water, any rain in like April. And we got maybe like fucking half an inch or something one day. And now we're back to, I don't think it's going to rain again for like months. So, well, I don't know. I don't know what the forecast is, but that's pretty much what is going to happen. Because I do live in California, zone 9A in, Mediterranean climate. So. I have also been harvesting I've been harvesting a lot of fava beans because the two plants that I've had in the front yard, which unfortunately I didn't film anything in the front yard, but I've been doing a lot of work out there. The fava bean plants that I have up there have been, in there since fall. And so they've produced masses of fava beans. You'll see I've barely harvested the fava beans on the side yard. Maybe, I don't know, 2 half plants. And I have a couple. I had 2 plants in the front yard and they were incredibly productive. And yeah, you'll see. I got a ton. It's been great. This will be my primary dry bean crop, I believe. I will try to do some of the quote new world beans unquote, like dry hot weather, like regular beans, not fava beans. And we'll try that. So anyway, I'm planting out this corn, hoping that it works. We got a grill, and I think having corn on the grill would be such a nice summer treat. So that's why I decided to actually grow something that's not grain corn, because y'all know I was so excited to grow corn. I put it in like a couple days before the last frost, and nothing came up. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to water it because it would be so close to winter when we actually do get rain, and then nothing happened. Very unfortunate. So I will be doing this kind of succession where I plant them in cups, plant like 6 or 8 plants, kind of try to group them together so that they'll be able to pollinate each other. So I actually have some, I think it's called atomic orange corn, either that one or it's a pink corn. I can't remember what I planted. We'll see. I really should keep track of it. So here are some of my fava beans. It'll get ridiculous towards the end of this video. You'll see. And I've also been harvesting quite a lot of onions from the front yard. I don't have any growing in the backyard because Clover, our dog, likes to get into those types of things that she can't eat. And she'll go crazy. She even wanted to get into the fava beans, which I don't think dogs can have either. So I had to be careful about that. I've been drying a lot of onion greens and a lot of herbs. specifically, we have a ton of dill. Well, we have even way more of a ton of onions, but we also have quite a lot of dill, and the lavender blossoms have started. So I have been harvesting some lavender for tea. I've been making a blend that's like rose petals, mint, and lavender. It's quite nice. So yeah, that's been good. And now, since I transplanted out a bunch of things like squashes and melons and corn, those are all kind of things that you're supposed to direct seed. But I have really, my system is not good for direct seeding. There's the cats, which are a huge problem. We have a lot of stray cats. I've talked about this before, but they dig in anything. And they recently dug up one of my beans. I was kind of freaking annoyed about it. I have to plant everything like 3 times in order to get it to stick. But anyway, let's ignore that. The solution that I have is to try to have larger plants when I put them out, not seeds. And then again, I can make sure that I know where they are and to water them directly, because there's no way I'm going to be watering everywhere. That'd be way too expensive and really not water conscious. This rose went crazy and I had to trim it down because with that one rain that we did get, it totally blocked this little apricot and or plum seedling that is, well, it's not going to be an apricot and a plum unless it's a pluot that is over there. So it was totally obfuscated. Jesus Christ. You know what I'm trying to say, I hope, by that plant. So it wasn't getting any sunlight. What are these things called? I just got the second shot of the Moderna vaccine recently, and I've been doing okay, but I'm probably a little feverish. I think I had like a bajillion fever dreams last night, so anyway. Mallow is what it's called, tree mallow, and then we have this, which is the flowering tobacco. Roses, they're going crazy. I really love the red ones. They're so gorgeous. I don't know what this is. Some sort of little flower, which is not doing super well because I haven't been watering anything. This is a mustard or several mustard plants all going to seed, which is great. So then I can spread the seeds everywhere and see where they pop up. And we have some arugula and some calendula. So I've noticed the calendula flowers are getting smaller as the season gets hotter and drier. Another mallow. Look at it. It opened up today. It's beautiful. This was filmed yesterday, so it's all not open. And then over here I have some more flowers. I don't know what these are going to be. And I have that rose that was grown from a cutting, which is turning into a cute little bush. And sunflowers are over here. Some of them get wanged by the gate that I have, but they're doing okay. Then more arugula. These beautiful roses, which smell great, and those are the petals that I'm putting in that tea blend. Not really sure about using rose petals in tea blends, like if they actually do anything, but I think they're cute. This is another plum / apricot. And over here, looks like a barren wasteland, but I have a ton of little melon and, what are they called? Squash and that corn you can see. So it's hopefully, as long as everything doesn't die, going to fill out soon. There's also some beans in there. I think they are actually like black-eyed pea type bean legume things. And then artichokes, I harvested 4. You can see there's kind of some larger ones. Harvested 4 today so that they wouldn't open up and so I can eat them. The bugs in the artichokes have been kind of gross, so I actually submerged them in water hoping that the bugs would get out. This is a wild radish, and the wild radish seed pods, when they don't get too tough to chew, are really delicious. They're kind of spicy. I've been snacking on them in the garden. That is a flowering flax, I believe. And we have some peas and all of the things that are going to seed in this bed. But the peas, this plant is super vigorous and hasn't died yet. Some of them have died, and I've taken all of the dried pea pods off of them so that I can save them, either for seed or for having dried peas. But I do not think I will have enough. That sweetalism is absolutely insane. I harvested some potatoes, but they didn't do super well because I wasn't watering these beds at all. And now I'm watering them every single day because I'm realizing that my stuff is literally dying. So you can see these potatoes did not do well at all. And I have some yield, but it's not very much. Some potatoes died, and I never like picked the potatoes out before forgetting where they were. So I'm definitely gonna have some potatoes that pop up next spring. Although I think we have such a mild spring that it's kind of hard to have potatoes just come up. So I harvested those peas after noticing that the plant had died. And then, yeah, you can see my little apricots and my beautiful little peach over there. Look at how cute he is. He's grown nice and big and tall. And then a little check-in about the harvest. Lots of beans and some onions, some dried beans that I've been shelling. There's cages. It's been a long time since I've talked to y'all. I was trying to catch a feral cat who was going to have kittens, but she's evaded it. Here you can see I have a Band-Aid. This is because I literally pinched my finger in between the two blades of my pruners trying to harvest fava beans, and I bled all over the place. Now it's healed up enough that I don't have to wear a bandage, but yeah, that's not super adept with my left hand, I guess. And there's just so many beans to cut off of those plants. And I've been dropping so much material from those fava bean plants that I've just like built up on my wood chips with just plant material, which is great. And I think I'm just gonna let the big woody stalks that are still, you know, attached to the roots. They're kind of trimmed down, but I think I'm just gonna let those rot in the soil because I think I'd have to like literally dig them out to get them out of the way, and they're huge plants, or they were. I also had so many ladybugs because towards the end of the lifespan of the fava beans, they got a ton of aphids. That's what's on the artichokes, by the way, is aphids. And so yeah, anyway, now I have like an absolute flood of ladybugs because they came in to eat all the aphids. And then I just completely destroyed their home by harvesting all the beans. So hopefully they'll go to some other plants that have some problems. That's my cat. Here's all of the onions that I was chopping, the onion tops to save for dried onions. Here are some of the onion bottoms and dried peas. So kind of a lot of dried peas. We'll see how, like what the final yield is. Not as much as fava beans though, because I know I keep showing this one, but there's more. And then the potatoes, not very many. Did I miss showing the entire tool chest completely covered in fava beans? Because it's ridiculous. So apologies if I missed that clip. So here I am I trimmed those roses, right? The ones that were going absolutely crazy into the apricot or plum. And I also trimmed some just like rogue, I don't know what these are, these like shoots that come up and just go vertical if they're like new plants started from seed, or if that's just like something that roses do. I should always say this at the beginning. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my this is my second spring gardening, so heads up on that. And I have successfully started quite a bit of roses from cuttings, but it is quite hot now, so it's not really a great time to be doing this. So anyway, I'll be putting these in some cups and having them bottom watered in a tray. And I'll have them under the cover of this patio, so hopefully they don't dry out too much. One of the keys, you want to cut off a lot of foliage so that it won't evaporate out through the leaves. And I like to remove, I don't know, about 2 inches from the bottom, the outer layer of the plant, so that you can kind of get the roots to grow out from the sides there. This seems to work pretty well. I also topped up this cup with some more soil after I put the cutting in there. The cuttings are a little bit long. We'll see how they do. And then I also trimmed off these, I guess, shoots growing up from the bottom of the apricot tree, and dropped them over on the side there, where I'm kind of building up a little bit of the soil, hopefully. I've been kind of using it as a dumping ground for this kind of material for a while now, and I'm hoping it'll become nice, good soil. So I totally forgot to talk about, you know, like being gone for kind of a while. But the short story is I was incredibly tired for a while. I had absolutely no energy to do anything except for kind of like the bare minimum of like going to work and like making dinner and like keeping everything alive. So I didn't have the extra energy to make videos like this. So that's why I was gone for a little bit. I did film some things, and I have kind of a lot more to update everybody about. But this is just the most recent thing that I've done, and I think it makes sense to share what's going on right now rather than going all the way back and talking about what I was doing before. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this update. I have no idea where I left off. And as always, thank you for watching.